Nico, and welcome to Mama's Relaxation. Today we're talking about essential oil brands. What's the big deal difference? If you have looked at essential oils, you have probably seen there are a ton of different brands sold at a ton of different locations for a ton of different prices. This will lead you to questions like, why should I buy this oil for $12 when I can get this oil that is $3.99? They both say 100% pure. Why would I pay more for something that is less? This is a situation where quantity does not equal quality. Unfortunately, in the United States, an essential oil can be labeled 100% pure when it only has to contain 5% of the essential oil. That is crazy to me, because if I see a label and I read it and it says 100% of something, I think it should indeed contain 100%. But this just isn't the case. So you can have something that is as little as 5% of an essential oil labeled as 100%. This is why it's so important to find a company that you trust, because the labels clearly are not going to tell the whole picture. So let's break this down a little bit further, because there's a few things going on here. One thing that companies commonly do is called straining. That means that they strain the essential oils to make the product smell better. Essential oils are extremely complex molecules, and they have a lot of different smaller pieces that make up their whole. These are frequently called notes, and they have low, medium, and high notes. The high notes smell very sweet, and the low notes smell earthy. Frequently, companies will strain out the lower notes, leaving the higher notes, which smell sweeter. And this might make something smell better, but it takes away from the healing properties. I believe that essential oils are gifts from Mother Earth, and that they can be used to heal us on a very deeply emotional, spiritual, and physical level. One way to explain straining is this. This is an unrefined, cold-pressed coconut oil. This is solid and smells like coconuts. This is a refined coconut oil. This is solid, but does not smell like coconuts. This is a fractionated coconut oil. It's a liquid and does not smell like coconuts. These three things are all indeed a type of coconut oil, but they are not the same thing because of the different types of straining and preparation process. This is the same thing with essential oils. If your peppermint oil smells like this, a sweet candy cane, instead of like this, the actual peppermint plant, something has happened, because the essential oils should smell like the plants that they're made from. Your lemon oil should smell like a fresh lemon from the store, not like a household cleaner. Another thing that companies do is, even though your peppermint oil may be labeled 100% peppermint oil, they may have added another thing like vanilla into it. Now, I'm all about an essential oil blend, but please tell me what's happening, because I want to know what I'm putting on and in my body. The vanilla oil may make your peppermint oil smell sweeter, but it's also changed and is no longer a pure peppermint oil. So it's going to affect your body differently. Another thing that's happening with essential oil companies is that the plants aren't being correctly labeled for what's in their bottle. This is especially common with lavender. Lavender has many different types. The type that's most soothing and healing is a Lavandula angustifolia. This is similar in smell to its cousin, lavandin. The lavandin is easier to produce, but does not have the deep soothing and healing properties of the Lavandula angustifolia. If you are a gum chewer or have a strong toothpaste preference, you definitely know the difference between peppermint and spearmint. They're both mint, but they're not the same, which is why it's so important on essential oils to label what's actually in the product, because even cousins will have widely different effects. This is the same in plants, the same is true in humans. You may be similar to your cousin in some ways, but you're both very different human individuals, even though you share some genetic makeup. Because of so many different things going on with the essential oil industry, that's why it's really important to find a company that you trust, especially if you want to benefit from the beautiful healing properties that Mother Earth has gifted us with. That's why I choose Young Living. Young Living talks so much about their seed to seal promise, and at first I really didn't pay that much attention to it, But the more I started using them compared to the other brands I started with, the more I realized how deeply healing and different I was experiencing these oils. Young Living controls every part of the production of the essential oil, from choosing the seeds, growing the plant, harvesting it, and making the oil and distributing it themselves. This is a company I have really loved, and I can say that it definitely has changed my life and brought me healing on some very deeply physical, emotional, and spiritual levels that I really hadn't thought possible before. If you would like to get started with Young Living, I would love to help you with that. I would be happy to help you get started and answer any questions that you have. If you're ready to start right now, you can head over to youngliving.com, and my number is 1784-1751, and you'll pop that into both places when it asks you for a number when you're checking out. I would be super excited, and I'm really excited you've spent this time with me today. So thank you, and have a great day.